agencies involved in.
So, we were talking about this last week a little bit because I was poking a little fun at his one of his Facebook posts. But you feel like you have to defend Trump, who's a shitbag, okay? Because no one is calling out Hillary with the same thing.
Who's being a shitbag?
For probably more egregious things. But they're not as popular in the media right now.
Right.
That brings up one of the things I want to talk about, honestly.
Can I? Okay, good. Because then you'll go. So, I mean, and then if we're going to talk about racism, because you got both sides, right? So right now, they're saying Trump supporters are racist, right? Which some of them may be, some of them may. The fact of the matter is everyone on both sides is.
Yeah.
Okay? Doesn't matter what race you are, they're all racist. Okay? And the Democrats, really, if you look at things historically, have done a more egregious things to keep racism and keep not, and I don't even want to say racism, to keep the non-elites down than anyone ever has. But if people don't talk about that shit.
If we're going to be honest, if you're going to be honest about it, the Republican Party was founded in Ripon, Wisconsin, specifically to oppose slavery.
Yep.
And the Democrats were defending slavery. Mm-hmm. The Ku Klux Klan, though they may currently, their members may rally behind Trump, and we've seen them do it.
Yeah.
Was originally founded as a it was originally founded as a drinking club by old Confederates, but when it resurfaced, it was a militant arm of the Democratic Party. Because it was gone for a while, the name was retaken by a group of racist pricks. So if you, the Democratic Party has traditionally counted on the black vote, but they traditionally shit on black people.
Because they've
been in control for a long time. If they really wanted to fix something, they could have.
Right, and if you, by giving people just enough to keep them in economic poverty, you're
just enough to let them live,
creating
but
dependence.
Not enough to
you're creating. Them up. They've created these dependencies, and it's not just with it's anybody that's
not an elite.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Now
and they reinforce that all the time. They're not doing anything to bring people up and out of it. Mm-hmm. They're creating the dependencies to stay on the system.
Let them stay there.
But every 4 years they promise you they'll get you out of it.
Yeah.
Every 4 years they promise to do something.
Yep, we're going to raise you up.
Right. So, I mean...
Or every 2 years, I guess.
I had that feeling, too, because it's like, I'm not going to defend Trump because I think he's a shitbag and I'm not going to vote for him. And I sure as hell am not going to vote for Hillary. And not because she's a woman either, because I could care less if a woman was president. Women out there, if that's the best you can come up with,
there are a lot of women I would vote for.
Yeah, I was just telling him I'd take Sarah Palin's crazy ass over.
I don't know if I go that far.
I don't know if I go that far.
But I mean, there's...
But Tina Fey all day. That's one of the things I was
I'm older, but I thought Margaret Thatcher was probably one of the best prime ministers that Britain ever had, and she got them through some really tough times.
What I was going to bring up, and it goes along these lines, is there's been a rash on Facebook, at least on my news feed, of people posting things. It's particularly a Huffington Post article, which is never a good sign, especially if you don't research it to verify. Yeah. But I say that of almost any news source. You have to verify what you're talking about. But the idea behind the article is, let's stop all the bullshit. We know the real reason you're against Hillary. And the idea is that if you oppose Hillary, it's because you're against a woman being president.
So just like if you hated the Ghostbusters movie before it came out, you're a misogynist.
You're a misogynist. And that's the idea. And the reality is, like, one of the big reasons I am against Hillary is when the cheating that Bill did came to light. And I know they've already got a meme out there that's like, you hate Hillary more for being cheated on than you hate Trump for cheating. No, it has nothing to do with that. Her deciding to stay with her husband afterwards, that's their fucking business. That's their marriage. That's not my it's not my deal. It affects me this much.
Yeah.
I could not give less fucks about what they decide to do. My thing is, these women came out saying X, Y, and Z occurred. They had proof. X, Y, and Z did occur. And in
several
several big cases, the Clintons, not just Bill, but Bill and Hillary, fucking ruined these women's lives. Mm-hmm. She viciously went after these people. And how you can look at a woman who treated other women who were victims of, be it an assault or an abusive relationship, or there was one lady, I don't know if it was Jennifer Flowers, because there was like a bunch of them. Hers is the name that pops. So Jennifer Flowers and Monica Lewinsky are the two that pop into my head.
Yeah.
But there was Paula Jones, was another one. There's a bunch.
There's a bunch of them.
And probably more that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Many of them testify that Hillary knew about it. The Arizona state, Arkansas, not Arizona. Sorry, Arkansas. And you made me have to apologize to Arizona, which I never wanted to do. Fuck. Because that's a shitty state, too. But
fuck you.
But you have... the way she treated those people, that's terrible. Yeah. If you want to stand by your husband through thick and thin, that's your business. I don't care. But you're ruining another person's life because they told the truth.
No. She's ruined another person's life because it looked poorly on her political aspirations.
That's probably
which is all that this is.
But my thing is they were telling the truth, and you as an active participant in the thrashing of those people who are not being dishonest, and so I can't. That's the first thing that comes to mind every time. Oh, what about women? No, I'm actually standing up for women by hating Hillary. That's the reality of it. Fuck yourself.
This seems like a good point to add with the whole, when she was the attorney, did the volunteer work to get a Kathy Shelton, who was 12 years old when raped by a 41-year-old on Arkansas Road, where she got him off with less than a year in prison and was laughing about it, saying that she got him off.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not because she's a woman. I am fine with a woman president. Fuck, there's a lot of ways I think a woman president would be the best thing that we could have. Because, elect my wife president. She will not take shit from other people. And she will organize that fucking crap. Elect a single mom with 3 kids to manage our fucking budget. Because that bitch knows how to manage a budget. You know what I mean? There's a lot of good characteristics. There's some women out there who would do a wonderful job. Hillary's just not it. And I'm not a Trump supporter because I don't want that fucker in charge either because I hate them both.
Well, so here's the thing, and for the 2 or 3 people that might actually listen to this, tell your 10 friends and do the 10 times 10 thing. But vote for someone else.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who, because no matter who else you vote for, there's going to be a far better... they're going to be better for multiple reasons. One, you're going to show the Republicans and Democrats that they can't just put crap up like they've been for the last 20 years.
Yep.
2, if you put somebody that's not Republican or Democrat in as president, it doesn't matter if Democrats or Republicans control the House and the Senate. They're all not going to get along. So basically, you're going to go through 4 years of not doing shit anyway. So maybe
going through at least 4 years of fuck all anyhow.
Right. So, but less bad things could get passed, possibly.
And
so vote for someone else.
Yeah. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of throwing away your vote. BalancedRebellion.com, is it?
Org. I think it's
.org. Check, because we should watch that video now because it's fun.
Let's give them a plug.
Give them 2 plugs.
One in the butt.
Balanced
Give them 3 plugs.
Balanced Rebellion 2016.
It's .com.
Is it .com?
Yeah, it's .com.
Damn, they .com?
Hell yeah, because they mean business.
And fucking Abe Lincoln is telling you to do so.
Load, motherfucker. Oh, is this not the video?
Where's the video?
But,
search for the Abe Lincoln video.
But President Obama states
it's right there.
Third party is
Oh, hey, America. Trump. It's me, Dead Abe Lincoln. And you just got screwed. We'll see you in November.
That's what we need. I was trying to say.
That's what we can do.
The media is just bringing up these little things and pushing crap so that people don't think about how bad. And the media is backing these 2 candidates.
Right.
Because they're part of the machine.
It's part of the system, yeah.
Yeah. So
we already went over. Almost all the media is controlled by two people, and I'm sure they side with one of the two candidates.
Well, and you've got, and this boggles my fucking mind. I hate the fact that billionaires control the government, so I'm going to vote for a billionaire.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That makes no fucking sense.
I'm tired of puppet politicians. I want the puppeteer.
I'm sick of so much money in Washington. Let's vote the millionaire in. Not that they're both.
I don't know how we started
both of
this.
them.
And I know this made him Richard's hero, but did you guys watch the debates?
No.
Or as I like to refer to it, two toddlers fighting over a truck?
No, I didn't watch it.
Hillary suggested that one of the reasons Trump doesn't want to release his tax returns is the last tax returns that he released showed he did not pay any federal taxes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Which most of them showed he didn't pay any federal taxes. There were a couple of years out of the 5, I think 2, that he actually had to pay taxes.
When you're constantly declaring bankruptcy, though, it's kind of hard to pay taxes.
But what he said is he didn't. She said he didn't pay any federal taxes, and he said that's because I'm smart.
Maybe he doesn't want the American people, all of you watching tonight, to know that he's paid nothing in federal taxes, because the only years that anybody's ever seen were a couple of years when he had to turn them over to state authorities when he was trying to get a casino license, and they showed he didn't pay any federal income tax. So
that makes me smart.
Okay, but that was right after he complained about our failing infrastructure.
Yeah, I wonder why.
To which she said maybe it wouldn't be failing if you paid your taxes. So I was like, hey, good
fucking
job.
Point. It's actually a good point.
But
then he responded, "It'd be squandered."
Right, it'd be squandered anyway. But that the reality is, oh God, they're just.
This is the problem.
The reality is people need to stop talking about them.
Vote third party.
No, it could, because people aren't going to do it because they're just stupid and mindless. Exactly. People are exactly what the world are. They've been made and programmed, and they're doing. So individuals have to start speaking up.
People are stupid, but a person can be smart.
Yes,
they can.
Men in Black got it right.
But why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it.
Well, think of it this way, too. Like, over the past couple of elections, how much has the Libertarian Party grown every single election, starting with Ron Paul making it huge?
They really... Our only hope was to get not these two. And unfortunately we got these two.
For the
I didn't
Democrats,
care for Bernie.
I
didn't like Bernie either, because they're both socialists, and I
was a Democratic socialist. Get it right.
Well, Hillary's not that far removed.
I think she's actually a conservative, to be honest. She's a neocon.
See, again, you're buying in because Trump is actually a liberal, right?
Right.
For the right.
They're the same. They're two different sides of the same coin. Vote Harvey Dent, because we're going to get a two-faced bastard anyway. No, seriously, if you're worried about voting for a third party because you're worried your vote will actually be a vote for the person you don't want, go to balancerebellion.com, get matched with somebody else.
That's if you want to vote for Gary Johnson, who I assume is the only third party person.
The other one is Jill Stein.
That's
fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, she was the other one I heard.
And she's not even on the ballot in all 50
Oh,
states.
she isn't?
No.
Okay.
No.
Then yeah,
Really, Johnson's the only candidate that has a chance to do anything because he is on that ballot. So,
since that's an old ad, was he on the debates?
But that's why
no.
But that's why
but
both
he missed
Clinton
by a very small
Clinton
margin.
and
they're shooting hard to get to the next October.
Both candidates are doing everything they can not to have him on there because
Hillary's even spending.
So here's my thing: I didn't watch it because I knew that two things would happen. One, I was like almost sure they would never talk about anything that mattered.
Yeah.
And two, if they did, the media would just cover the hell out of it. I looked this morning.
Didn't see much.
And all it was Hillary making fun of Trump, and then the media was saying that Trump was he lost, and he's trying to do something. I'm like, so nothing was covered at all in the.
And poor Lester Holt,
thing.
man. There was at one point in time where he's like, okay, we're going to move on to the next question, and Trump's like, well, wait a second, Lester, I've got it, and then he goes off for and Lester's like, fine, Mr. Trump, 30 more seconds.
Motherfucker, I'm the moderator.
And then, but they agreed he couldn't mute their mics. So he's like, 30 more seconds. So Trump goes off. And then he's like, all right, the next question. And then Hillary's like, well, I can't let that stand, Lester. And then she goes off for, he's like, fine, 30 seconds for you. And then she goes off for 30 seconds. And then
just back and forth.
Trump's like, whoa. And then he goes in, and I'm just
and you knew none of them would actually come and articulate any kind of plan for anything at all. Because neither of them has
a plan. The only thing they talked about was how bad each other's economic plans were. The one thing, Trump had an opportunity to sink Hillary. I talked to Richard about that. And he fucked it up hard. He talked about Bill Clinton signing NAFTA. And that being the worst trade deal we've ever signed.
Yeah, pretty
in
much.
the history of the U.S. I don't disagree with that assessment. In fact, I agreed with that assessment when Bill Clinton was signing NAFTA. Because I read the fucking thing. And it sucked. Hillary said, I think you'll find that there was a lot of job growth under my husband. And the economy did well. I can't argue with that. The economy did do well. Here's the response you should have done. That's probably because your husband signed the repeal of the Glass-Steagall Act, which is what paved the way for the recession we're currently in. Because the Glass-Steagall Act was the act that said, we signed it into law in 1933 in response to the Great Depression. It said, investment banks cannot be commercial banks. They have to be two separate entities. Individuals. You cannot use Eric's savings account to play the stock market. No. When we repealed Glass-Steagall, every bank became Gordon Gekko again. And, the same fucking thing that happened before happened again. And everything went to shit and the banks were no longer solvent. And then they said, we've demonstrated we don't know how to play with money properly.
Give us more money. Yeah.
And we went, okay. Here, have taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
I also love his slogan.
Well, Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
What is it?
Why vote for the nut on the right or the nut on the left when you can have the Johnson?
That's not his actual fucking thing, is it?
Okay, it is one of the actual slogans.
That's fucking
Feel
awesome.
the Johnson instead of
Feel the Johnson.
Okay.
See, this is a candidate you can.
That's pretty.
Do you want to have a candidate who says?
That's funny.
I would happily entertain reviewing marijuana law. You have a candidate who says victimless people in jail are committing victimless crimes. That needs to stop.
Yep.
That's Hillary. You have Trump who says he'll look at marijuana laws. And you have Gary Johnson who says, I fucking smoke weed.
Oh, really? Has he come out and said that?
Yes.
Yeah. He's
got my vote now.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And the only thing that I disagree with...
Arizona, New Mexico?
He was a governor of New Mexico for 2 terms.
The only thing that I disagreed with him on hardcore was his policy on vaccination.
He changed that.
And then, and get this, for a political candidate, if you want to win my love, this is how you do it. He said, I'm against mandatory vaccinations because of XYZ. And somebody said, but Mr. Johnson, what about this? And he said,
is that one of those
I don't know. And then he went and he did the research, and then he went on a radio show and said, just for the record, I learned about herd immunity, and now that I understand how it works, I am pro-vaccination. So I'm like, whoa, a political candidate that gets the facts and changes their opinion?
Yeah, no shit. It's a fucking unicorn.
Right. So you have to, I'm pro Gary Johnson.
Pro Johnson.
Right, because I don't want the nut on the left or the nut on the right when I can have the Johnson.
Yep.
That's who I'm for too. Is Gary.
It's a great slogan.
Feel the Johnson.
I'll have to look more into him because I'm just giving the fuck up on it.
Well, that's like, part of the problem, and I'm not saying that to insult you, but part of their plan, and I'm being completely honest here,
is to silence him.
Well, part of their plan is to be so fucking frustrating
that you don't fucking care anymore.
That you don't care anymore.
Well, yes,
because they know I'm going to care.
That's what I mean.
They know Pete's going to care. Nah, he might care, but they want you not to care. They want you to stay home because you voting gets Gary Johnson in office.
Yes.
They want millennials to stay home. They want to disenfranchise you. That's what they want.
He's older than me. Why is he referred to as the millennial?
Well, then you're a millennial too.
I'm 30.
The millennials are like
Okay.
like early '80s to 2000s.
Yeah,
or
yeah, but
something.
you're hardcore. You're a hardcore libertarian. So you're going to vote libertarian no matter what. Eric's a hardcore millennial.
Well, I'm not a purist libertarian. I'll say that.
Hardcore
I'm not.
millennial.
I wouldn't say a small L libertarian, but because the whole taxation is theft, I'll get into that. Which there's always room for compromise. If you're not compromising, you're already done before you even start.
Who's the political person that said taxation was just the like subscription fee you paid to be in this country? That was during the fucking
Some statist.
No.
No, it was one of the.
It was a libertarian. It was. Oh, I know Penn Jillette has said that.
Is that who? It
That
was?
we all belong to a club, and we pay the entrance
Taxes,
fee,
the
and
entrance
there's
fee.
a guidebook to the club, and that's the
It's called
Constitution.
the Constitution.
He
Maybe
said
it's-
that when they were talking about the Ten Commandments in the courthouse with Judge Roy, whatever the
Maybe
fuck.
that's what I was thinking of. I read just like I just remember hearing something.
Because that's the admittance fee to the club.
So there should be no taxes. Is that where you're going?
Well, I personally don't believe no taxes because you can look at government is a necessary evil. Without government, it would be ridiculous. However, the fact that the amount of taxes that we're paying is ridiculous. The way that it's spent is ridiculous.
Yes.
And
See, I have a tax plan that is awesome.
Has he told you his tax plan?
I don't know.
You probably don't want to hear it now because I'm sure Pete and Eric don't want to hear it again. But my
I
tax
know
plan
it.
is awesome.
I'll just zone
The
out
tax
for the next
plan,
minute and a half and
I
just
really
hear it
like
in my head.
Rand Paul's tax plan.
Mine's better.
Okay.
What's Rand Paul's?
It was a flat tax, eliminates all the loopholes, pretty much puts the IRS to a shell of what it is now.
Okay.
Mine's
That's-
better.
Every president that has brought up a flat tax has
Oh yeah, you get
been
moved out.
assassinated. Or
Really?
no, assassinated kind of implies that they were killed.
Yeah.
So they've been
Attempts.
shot.
I want to say attempted at least.
Because you know who the last one that did it was, right?
Kennedy?
Was it?
Reagan.
Oh, okay.
You know, as much as Ronald Reagan, first off, Ronald Reagan will be disgusted by both political candidates right now.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up during during the
The
Reagan
Reaganomics?
presidency, and it's actually because of Ronald Reagan that I understand why trickle down economics will never fucking work. But there are some really badass things that Ronald Reagan did that should make every American proud. Like when he did get shot, and Nancy showed up at the hospital, and she said, "Ronnie, what happened?" He replied, "Well, Nancy, I forgot to duck."
If you like what you just saw, why not check out our last episode? Or subscribe, or like, or comment. Do something.